FedEx just came and dropped this off. And it can only be one thing because it's a big package. I'm hoping that it's not damaged. And looks like it's packaged all right. So first off, overall, they packaged it pretty good. They wrapped it in all of that bubble wrap, and of course the box. The only thing that I can see is a slight discoloration in the Kevlar, like right there. I mean, you can see it right here a little bit more. And I'm not sure why that is. I mean, it also, they had something like that down at the corner on the, of the tailgate. The edges on this one seem to be good. Everything's rolled over and sanded smooth. There's no sharp edges. But yeah, I guess this is the only thing I see. It's not, there's not a dip or anything like that. So I'm thinking that, sometimes when they put on the back end, they'll actually line it with fiberglass to make it thicker. It might have bled through the Kevlar. I'm not sure, but when you look at it this way, you can kind of see it, but probably see it a little bit better on camera actually. But overall, it looks good. I'm glad they put these on there because this one, it looks like they drug it, look. So I'm glad they put these on there. I'm going to keep them on until I get it home to put on. And again, I'm going to install it this evening when I get home and see how the fitment is. And this is, I think, the only thing that I'm looking at purchasing as far as Kevlar goes are the side view mirrors. And I've only seen one or two companies that make the Kevlar mirrors, and some of them don't even make them anymore. So if worse comes to worse, what I'm going to do is get a set of the carbon fiber ones and then just skin the outside with the Kevlar. I've never done that before. I tried it a couple of times and it didn't go too well. So hopefully I can find the mirrors or find somebody that makes mirrors. This company doesn't make them, so I already asked, and like I say, the mirrors are going to be the hardest thing to get, I guess. But as far as Kevlar goes, this is it. No more Kevlar. I think all the only Kevlar stuff that I wanted to do on the inside was skin the backs of the bride seats, because originally I had ordered the bride Kevlar back seats, but then they weren't available somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, so I ended up getting just the ones at the FRP with the black backing on those bride seats, and I thought maybe if I could skin it with the Kevlar and then clear coat it, it would look a lot nicer. But other than that, I think that's enough Kevlar. for the outside. I got the Kevlar hatch, Kevlar ducts, the Phantom EG lip, and the in the engine actually. In the engine, I want to get the Password JDM. They make a distributor cover that goes, it's made out of Kevlar, and of course the Kevlar wire cover, and that's it. So, but yeah, a couple of more pieces of Kevlar, not big. All right, so yesterday I got off work, came home, and loaded this on the trailer. I had also installed the hood, and so far it looks like a good fit. Just need to do a little bit of adjusting on the body lines. You can see it's really close right there. So I either gotta, move the fender out that way, or I don't know. Well, I know that fender definitely needs to go out because it's rubbing on the door when I open it on the inside. So this side is a little close too compared to the back. Yeah, other than that, it looks like it fits pretty good, and it matches all the other Kevlar that's on there, so that's good. Another thing was the bolts that they send to that are on the hood itself when they ship it are too long. So I went and I got some stainless steel quarter 20s because they don't use metric on their stuff, and got some shorter ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out, and then this weekend gonna run this over to the storage unit and drive it in, push it in, and get it in there for the before the snow hits. Supposedly on Sunday, I'm not sure, but we'll see. All right, so today I got out of work, and I loaded up the engine onto the engine stand, of course, and so I'm taking it apart and going to get it ready for to paint the block. I still haven't gotten or found somebody to weld on the bungs. This one here, when I did it on the underside, I just cut the there's a metal plate that goes underneath like a baffle. I just cut it, and then I put a bolt or a nut that kind of screws all this together. Problem with that is if that nut on the inside ever gets loose and falls down in there, you're just going to have a big mess. So that's why I'm not going to go this route, and I want to get the other one welded on. And I've already taken off the thermostat housing because I'm going to be replacing it with that K-tuned one, as well as this inlet right here. I'm trying to figure out a way to delete this breather box. I know I've seen guys, they attach something, to the back here and go out to the breather box that's going to be attached to the firewall. And I do have one of those. And so I got to take all this stuff apart and paint the brackets, the alternator. I'm going to paint them black with the high temp paint. And just leave all this stuff. I'll just clean them up and paint them again, and then bolt them on, and then all this stuff as well. I did start taking off some of the plugs, and it looks like some of them actually got some water in there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to blow those out with some compressed air, and then this one here as well, and clean it up, paint it, and then put it in storage or cover it up really good for the winter time, because the temperature's already dropping here pretty. Last night got up to, I think, 15 or 16 degrees. It got down to 15 or 16 degrees, and every morning there's been frost on all of the windows of the cars and stuff like that. And so yeah, I want to get this done. And tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm going to take the car over to my storage unit, put it in there. Alright, so here we are unloading this damn thing. And it's pretty close. I've already scuffed up the bumper lip a little bit here by my lovely assistant. and it's almost off, so we're gonna do it a couple more times and then see if it doesn't scrape. If not, last resort is taking off the bumper, I guess. Alright, so here we go. It's in. All the parts, the seats, dash is kind of just in there. So it's in here for the winter, thanks to my lovely assistants. And that's how it's pretty much going to look, I guess. I got one of the door panels in. Oh, there. So yeah, here it is. There's the transmission if you guys haven't seen it yet, and the intake and all the other stuff. So there it is. Till next time. So last Sunday, I finally put the car in storage, and today is Wednesday. So it looks like I did it just in time because the snow has arrived. I'm not sure how much we're supposed to get, but yeah. So this is basically what I wanted to finish doing. Finish all the major paint stuff and all that before I put it in storage. So, but yeah, it's all done now, and it's in storage, and I'm waiting on a couple of parts. I got some notifications yesterday that they're coming in, so during this winter time, hopefully I can make enough money to buy the rest of the parts that I need. That way next spring I can finish. But yeah, it's cold. Well, shit. All this has happened in just the last hour. So yeah, any thoughts of like working outside or doing anything like that? Unless you like the snow, skiing or whatever, which I don't. I always hate winter. It's everything seems to break, your car or something. But whatever. So way back July 1st, I placed an order and I got it in today. Today is October 20, I don't know, end of October, 26th or 25th, I believe. And it finally came in today. So, I first heard about this guy a while back when he first started, and it looked like he's been doing, as far as pictures go, it looked like he does pretty good work. Back then, there was only one other guy doing engine harnesses, and that was Ryan at Rywire. And I looked at his stuff, and of course he's been doing it for a long time as well. And so I decided to go with this guy because, like I said, I've been looking at his work, and it looks like he does really good work. And he's been doing it for a while now, so he's gotten really good at it. but he's only one guy, so it takes him a while to get all this stuff done and out. Like I say, it's been January, July, August, September, October. So almost 4 months for this. Mind you, my car is in storage now, so I'm not even going to work on it anymore. And so I still need to order from him the chassis harness and the power distribution block, or like the fuse block with the switches and everything. Basically controls everything in the car, fuel pump, brake lights, turn signals, headlights, all that stuff. And no frills, no AC, no radio, no nothing like that. And so yeah, this is the engine harness. Of course, this goes over to the ECU part of the vehicle right there. And then all this stuff goes towards the engine. And everything looks like it is labeled. And heat shrink on the ends of the loom. He puts this grommet for when you want to run it through the firewall. You could either purchase from him a plate, aluminum plate that goes on the wall, and then this of course goes on there. And I'm going to make my own plate, so I didn't order the plate itself. And so this is just the engine harness again, and so I need to order all that other stuff. So I'm hoping if I can get enough money to do this, to order the other wiring sometime, hopefully in January. So if it takes another 4 months, January, February, March, April, May, by May it'll hopefully be in, and I can start working on the wiring, because before that I need to do, of course, the brakes, brake lines, fuel lines, and all the interior stuff. So wiring is going to be the last thing. And so if I order that in January, hopefully all the wiring will be in. I'll leave a link at the bottom of the description of the video, and you can check out his stuff. Like I say, it takes a long time to get your stuff in. So if you're expecting to get it within 4 weeks or whatever, you're not going to get it. So yeah, you got to wait for quite a long time to get your stuff in. But it looks like he does a really good job. And so his name is Carlos Zapian, or CJ's Wiring, I believe, is the name of his website. And he's on Facebook as well, so you can check all of his stuff out. And there you go. Thanks, Carlos.